If researchers can build every connection in a mouse's brain virtually, how far are we actually from uploading our consciousness? Not actually as far as you would think, but we will think about the limitations and exactly what we need to overcome to get there. One of the really big discoveries and models that researchers have been able to make is predictive modeling of reactions, and that too was done in mice. You can map how a mouse's brain is going to respond to stimuli and accurately predict for new stimuli. They don't even need the same mouse to do it. This is still a pretty basal connection issue. Just because you can model it does not mean that it's going to actually replicate consciousness. When we think about some of the largest neuromorphic computers that were ever built, we are talking about 1 billion neurons, which is nowhere near what the brain actually contains. We're talking about 1/100th the fraction of all neurons in our brains, but it's still a massive leap forward. The technology is moving really fast. One of the big complications is teaching an AI to model the randomness that we have in our own brains. We're doing it on a much smaller scale as humanity, but it can be done. You can teach an AI to understand language, very similar to how we do. You can teach an AI to experience pain, very similarly to how we do. It's still going to be a model. Which is kind of where we get to one of the more fundamental issues with people accepting that it is possible to upload a consciousness. No matter how similar we can replicate behavior, no matter how similar it is to you, is it really you? It's not going to be your experience. Even if we could model a brain and give it some form of consciousness, you'll never think of it as you, because you are, in fact, an individual and you cannot be divided. If anything, it would be cloning yourself. I do think, just given the technology that we have right now, we are going to create AI, given the neuromorphic computation, that is indistinguishable, at least in the modeling level, from a living human brain. I think that part is going to be the easier part. The more difficult part is accepting what it means to be conscious, because no one has been able to agree, not as long as humans have thought about the concept of consciousness. Something that is not biological surely cannot be conscious. Something that is not human cannot be conscious, right? Again, consciousness is the perception of a self. Sentience is the perception of a feeling, sensation, the ability to feel something, process it, experience that sensation is sentience, which is a much lower bar. Look, I don't think we're far from people trying to upload their consciousnesses, and I would wager to bet someone who had a lot of money is already trying to do it. You can feel comforted in knowing that they will probably fail. The technology is not there yet. By the time one could really do that, it'll be much better and they'll be too late. So no, I'm sorry, we are not uploading people yet. I do think we'll get there. And it will never be the same as a continuation of your consciousness. That I'm pretty sure of, unless there's some technology that's yet to be created that I can't even conceive of. My other question is, will robots have rights?